Samhain is a time of growing darkness. The days become short and evenings quickly fade into night. The last leaves fall to rustle underfoot and dance in the first strong winds that herald the winter. Our ancestors believed that the day, the year, and indeed all life begins with stillness and darkness, and it is natural at this time of year to begin a period of reflection and introspection, perhaps in primordial memory of hibernation. The indigenous spiritual traditions of this land always honour the dead and all ancestral presences, as they offer wisdom, guidance and protection to us in the mundane world. It is at this time of Samhain that the hunter gods are riding. Herne the hunter, Gwynapnud, Cernunnos, symbols of fertility and prowess, lords of the wild hunt, encourage us to let go of what no longer serves us and to descend willingly into the underworld for disillusion and renewal. They gather lost souls and departed spirits, riding fast and hard with primal energy and flanked by the fairy hounds, and guide them to Annwn, bringing storms, magic and sudden change. There they will meet the ancestors and be renewed by the earth goddess once again. In Celtic lands, the winter months are overseen by the Cailleach, the old crone, who nurtures us and into whose arms we will always return. The veil between worlds can be touched in all our lives, and I invite you now to make yourself comfortable, close your eyes, and take part in a meditation where we will feel the presence of the wild hunt and honour the passing of souls into the next world, with the Cailleach as our guide. See yourself standing between two tall trees in the night sky. You walk between them on a path leading ahead of you, down a lane lined with trees and overgrown hedges. The sky above is cloudy, with a full moon just visible from time to time between the scudding clouds. The air is still, and your footsteps seem uncommonly loud upon the path, crunching on small stones underneath. The silence around you grows and gathers in the darkness. Suddenly, you hear the hoot of an owl, and the cold of the north wind breaks the silence, shaking the last of the leaves from the branches and sending them dancing along the lane, beckoning you to follow. Ahead you see a small stone cottage, glimmering golden light peeping around thick curtains in the windows, tucked beneath a neat thatched roof. Its white stone walls shine in the moonlight beneath the dark sky. As you approach, the front door opens and a small old woman steps out into her garden. You know that she is the wise crone Cailleach. For a moment, the lawn is flooded with the golden light from the coziness of the cottage, but then vanishes as she closes the door behind her. She carries a lantern and waves to you, calling you over and walking towards you as you approach. In the flickering light, you see that she has a kind, weather-worn face and twinkling dark eyes, and is wrapped in a large black shawl. Take a moment to greet her and hear her wisdom. What does she say to you? Don't think too hard. Her message is whatever comes to you first. After a while, you notice that the wind is picking up and the night has got colder. The hunt will be coming soon, she says, and leads you around the side of her house, through a long back garden lined with trees which edges onto open fields. There is a wicker gate at the back of the garden. As you approach, the full moon breaks free of the clouds, and all the world around you is bathed in silver light. You see that you are on top of a hill, looking out on a wide open expanse. The moonlight makes strange twisted shapes of the trees below you, and the empty fields shimmer with mist that catches the moonlight, as if you are staring out across a wintry sea. You reach out to open the gate, your fingers touching the twisted wood, but you feel a hand on your shoulder, and you turn to see the old woman shaking her head. You may go no further. The wind whispers and hisses in the trees, and grows stronger, roaring down the hillside. You hear distant voices and strange eerie calls like the yapping of hounds and the lonely cries of geese arcing overhead. The wind rises further still, tugging at your clothes, and in the strange silvery light, forms flicker across the sky between light and shadow. First come the hounds, streaking silver they speed across, clouds scattered at their approach, their eyes burning red and their teeth slavering as they yap and call. Following come the riders, men and women with flowing silver hair and robes made of starlight, serene moon-bright faces and fierce flashing eyes. In amongst them are others on foot. They seem to walk slowly, tired and burdened with packs upon their backs and bundles in their arms, yet they keep pace. Some of their faces are shadowed and sad, unseeing, while others look up and about them, an eerie light reflecting in their faces as they see the other world ahead of them, not the mortal life that they leave behind. Your heart beats tight in your chest, and for a moment you feel fear, and then the wind snatches this away too, dragging it away with the wild hunt. You realise that you are seeing one of the wonders of creation, a great migration of souls as the wheel of the year turns to winter. There is grief here, but with every step these travellers leave it further behind. And there is mercy too. No soul is abandoned, and even if they started their journey in sorrow, they cross the veil with peace in their hearts as pilgrims and adventurers. You ponder this for a while, watching the wild hunt pass you in procession. You hear the hooves and the hounds, you feel the wind and the emotion, you smell the sweat and the mud, but you see the hope and the love and the peace beyond. The old woman touches you on the shoulder again, and you realise that it is time to go. She leaves the lantern at the gate, a sign of remembrance, to guide their journey through the night, and you follow her through the garden, around the cottage and back to the lane. In silence you wave goodbye, signal your thanks, acknowledge a mutual understanding and respect, then return the way you came. You walk back along the stone path between the trees and hedges, which seem more earthly and ordered now, as if you were just taking a nighttime stroll. You cross over the threshold between the two tall trees and return back to your body. You return slowly and calmly to this world. Take your time, stretch your fingers and toes, and when you are ready, open your eyes.